Hi, George here. Today I'll be showing you how to make a custom texture pack like I used to change the obsidian right there, right around that nether portal. Okay, let's go over to the desktop and get to work. Now to start, you need three things. The first one is a folder to build things in. I just made a folder here. I named it pack on my C drive right here. There it is. Just made a new folder called it pack. And then in here, you need a pack.mcmeta file and a pack.png. Now I made this using a fun utility. I'll put a link for that in the description if you want to make that. Or you can use the default one. I'll show you where the default one is in just a bit. Now the pack.mcmeta used to be included with Minecraft, but it no longer is. So you can download that from my website. Let me show you where you'll find this. And it's right here. And I'll put the link in the description. Simply come down if you want to code it yourself. That's the coding right there. The current version is format 9 for version 119. Or you can just download it as a zip file here, unzip it, and pull it out of the zip file. Okay, now that that's taken care of, the next thing is that we need to get the jar file for 119 so we can get the texture file out of that. And the easiest way is just to go up to the launcher. Let me bring the launcher up. Here we go. I'm in the Java edition right here. Then go up to installations where it says latest release. Go over here and click on this icon for a folder. Open that up. There it goes, takes you into the Minecraft folder. If you open up a file window and typed in %appdata%, you get to the same location right here. So come down to versions, open this up. In here, find your version. Right now we're in 119.2, which is right here. Open this up, and you want the jar file. Now, if you're not seeing the .jar, go up here to View and come down to Show and Show File Name Extensions right there. I'm currently in Windows 11. Okay, now let's take this. Here's our working folder right there. I'm going to right drag it over here with the mouse and copy. There we go. Okay, we can get rid of this, and that's good. Now, in here, we need to make this into a zip file. It's easy to do. Just click into the name like that. Backspace over the jar and type in zip instead. Choose yes. It's now a zip file. It always was. It just had a different name to it. Let's now right click on this and open in new window. There we go. Okay, the first thing in here, if you don't want to be using your own pack.png file, I'm just going to scroll down here. Scroll way down, and it's right down here, pack.png. This is that grass block icon. If you want to use the grass block icon, it's just right there. And to do that, just right drag it over here. I'll be using my custom one instead. Okay, let's go back up to the top. Now up here, go inside the assets folder, go inside of the Minecraft folder, come down here where it says textures, go inside of textures, and then up here where it says block, go inside of block, and we want the obsidian block. I'm just going to change my view here to list. A little easier to see this way. And we'll find the O's just right over here, and obsidian is right there. Okay, I'm just going to right drag this over here and copy, and there's the obsidian block. Okay, that's all the pieces that we need to do this. We're now set to go ahead and make our change in here on the obsidian. And this will work in any graphics program you want, doesn't matter. I happen to like using paint.net for these simple graphics like this. And you can find paint.net right here. There's the address. I'll put that in the description as well. Let's just right click here and open with paint.net. I've already had mine installed. And there it is right down there. It's real small. So let's just grab the magnifying glass and zoom in on that until it's a lot bigger. And we'll get it over here where it's easier to see. There we go. Let's now grab the pencil tool, which is right here. And I'll come down and find a nice kind of a bright orange. It's pretty nice right there, I think. And then just click into these squares, and that paints those squares that orange color. Let's walk up both sides like this until we come to meet at the top, which is right there. Then I'll do a second row just inside of that. There we are. And we'll do the exact same thing at the top. So we'll start right in the top middle, and then walk that one down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side over here. Here we go. Walk this one down. And then put that set on the inside like that. Now this is just at the regular resolution. It's not anything fancy, but we'll go ahead and increase the resolution. If you want to go higher on your resolution, all you have to do is change the image size. Go up here to Image, go to Resize. And again, this works in most graphics programs can do this. You want to set your resampling at either nearest neighbor or retain hard edges. It'll say one of the two depending upon your graphics program. I'm just going to double up the number here. From 16, let's make it to 32. Choose OK, and then we'll zoom out on that just a little bit here. Zoom out a couple or 3 steps and get that back into position again, like that. Notice how the squares are now a lot smaller. They're 1/4 the size, so you get a lot more resolution just by doing that one doubling. I could go to 64 by 64, but I think I don't need to go anywhere near that high. That's practically photorealistic on these images in here. So there's never any need to go higher than 64 by 64 if you're working with those block textures. And I'll fill in these corners right here, and that gives us a much smoother side, as you can see on that. And then we'll go down and do the same exact thing here on the bottom one of these triangles in here. Actually, technically it's a chevron. This side here, into the far side, and at that point, this will all be ready to go. We'll have our texture finished. So it's not that hard to actually retexture something. You just need to know where the texture is, and then you have to have an idea what it is you want to do. Now I'm going to be saving this 2 times. Go to File, and I'll save it as a paint.net file, PDN file. Choose Save. And I did that so that I can come back and rework this if I wanted to at that PDN level. That's fine. And then we're going to save it as the PNG file, which is what we need for the program, for the game. So again, Save As, and change this to PNG, and save. Okay. And there we go. That's all taken care of. So we're done now with the graphic. We can go back to our working folder. Okay, now we need to make our folders in here. And for that, I'm just going to right-click on this, and let's open a new window. We'll walk this back into that location, and that's Textures and Block right here. That's our folder structure. So I'm going to put this one right there, and I'll set this so I can actually see that. So these are the folders that I need to make right up here. Okay, we're in here. Click on the New Folder button, or right-click and New Folder. This one's Assets. Inside of Assets, right-click, New Folder, Minecraft, all lowercase. Inside of that, right-click, New Folder. This one's Textures. Inside of that, right-click, and New Folder, and this one is Block. Okay, so our folder is now down here. I do that. This now matches what we have up here in the zip file. So we're all done with that. Get rid of that. There we go. And let's walk back out to our working folder. We now need to get the PNG file inside there. Easy way is just to right click and copy. Here's our copy button, and then all the way inside, right click, and there's the paste button, and there we go. Okay, back out to our folder. Let's now go over here to the pack.mcmeta. This is what we downloaded from my website earlier, and I have mine opening up in Notepad++. It's just a real easy program for editing these kinds of files. It's free, and I'll put a link for that right down there. Okay, let's open this one up. I'll just double click. I need to do 2 things in here. Make sure it says Format 9 right here, and then call it anything you want to call it up here. Doesn't matter. I'm just calling mine New Obsidian. So just change the name. Make sure you leave in those 2 quotation marks and change what's between the 2 quotation marks. That's just the description of your pack. Okay, hit the Save button, and that's all set to go. We're now ready to compile this into a new resource pack. So you want to get the assets right here. Put your Control key down. Get the pack.mcmeta and your pack PNG file. Right-click and compress to zip file. Give it a name. New Obsidian. And there we go. We're all set. Okay, so now get this into the game. Let's go back to the launcher. And we're still on the same page here. Go back to that folder. Click on that. And then here you want to go into the resource packs folder, which is right here. Open this up. Put that right here. And then simply drag and drop your zip file into that resource packs folder. There we go. And that's all set to go. It's now inside of the game. And we'll get this out of the way. We can now play the game and load that in, and then make sure it works. So click on play, and we'll start the game. Okay, we can install that right here. You don't have to go any further than the title screen. And if you want to know how I did this flat title screen here without that moving panorama, and I did my color change up here, I have videos on all of that stuff and my color buttons in here. I'll put links for all those videos in the description. Okay, let's go to Options and Resource Packs. And left-hand side, there we go. There's our new pack, New Obsidian. Hit that button there, brings over here right-hand side. That's all set to go. Choose Done. So then load that pack in. Choose Done again. And let's launch into the game and see how it looks. Choose our world, into the game, load in. And there we go. You can see it right down there in the inventory. Looks fine here. And here it is on the portal. Looks great. Let's just back up a little bit here, get a better view of that. And there we go. There's our brand new texture on the Obsidian. If you like this video, hit that like button, click on share, click on subscribe. Check out my channel for a bunch more Minecraft videos, and I'll see you next time.